I was in pain, and I needed it to stop. I didn't want to die, but I didn't know any other way. See, as a magician, it's easy for me to walk out on stage with all the lines that I have memorized. But it's just an act. When I was in 5th grade, I got bullied so bad that I had to move schools. And I took that out on myself for the first time with a pair of scissors and self-harmed. And in just a matter of 3 years, I lost 13 friends and classmates to suicide. We had one of the highest rates in the entire nation. But we didn't know what to do about it. I wrestled through high school, and in my junior year, I was on a 20-match win streak, completely undefeated. I got taken and slammed on my head, damaging my head and tearing both of the rotator cuffs in my shoulders. And I found out the next day I would never be able to wrestle again. And I found out soon after that the scholarship that I'd worked so hard for and wrestled year-round for would be taken away from me. So in a matter of a week, my entire 4-year plan after high school was completely gone. So most of the positive coping skills that I didn't even know were coping skills were taken away from me. And that's when my life began a downward spiral. I used self-harm to cope with my depression and the traumatic situation that happened. And just like a drug, it gave me a temporary relief. It made me feel like I was in control, but what I didn't know is just like any other negative coping skills, it would make things worse. I was in pain, and I needed it to stop. I didn't want to die, but I didn't know any other way. And that's when I attempted suicide. And they never knew because they never asked. And they never asked because why would they? And every single day when you walked past me in the hall, they said, "How are you?" And I said, "I'm fine." But that means nothing. It wasn't until I forgot to come to school with sleeves on one day that somebody went to the school counseling office and told them what they saw. And they didn't ask me, "What was wrong with you?" They said, "Anthony, what happened? How did we get here?" And that's where the conversation started, where I had to rehabilitate myself and learn how to cope with trauma and stress. A lot of people are confused why I'm telling you this story in a straitjacket and 40 feet of chain. That's because this is how I felt every single day, not physically, but mentally. I felt trapped, claustrophobic, and hopeless. But the tools I learned in therapy taught me how to overcome any obstacle, both physical and mental. Step 1 to overcoming anything, ladies and gentlemen, is just by taking a deep breath, because if you take that deep breath in, let it out. You free yourself of the weight that you think you carry, because that 40 feet of chain was never tight. It was just an illusion. Most of the weight and problems that we think we carry in our lives isn't really there. To overcome any obstacle, you have to start somewhere. And just building some momentum to work things up and into the past takes a lot of bravery. Makes you look back at life, unfortunately. But that's not the way to go. Keep looking forward and let the little things slide by. Because when things get most painful, that's how you know you're almost out. I'm a magician, and I've never fooled a person in my entire life. What I mean by that is the brain fools itself. But you know what I can do? I can use the tools around me to accomplish what you think is impossible. And one of the biggest relations to magic in our world today is that you are the magician. Because everything that you speak creates something. And every single day, the words that you speak create images in people's heads of your self-worth, of their self-worth, and of somebody else's self-worth. You can use your words to make people laugh, to give them goosebumps. Words are so powerful, our realest form of magic, that they can make people fall in love. But words are also powerful enough to inflict pain, to worsen people's anxiety, to cause them stress, to worsen depression. And yes, I will tell you that your words are powerful enough to drive someone to end their own life. So every single day, speak positivity. Speak kindness into creation. Because we are all deserving. We all have a purpose, and we are all here for a reason. Your pain, your struggle, your trauma is not unique. It is something that we all go through. So make the mental health stigma disappear. You really do matter. And that if you're faced with the choice, to always choose the high road, because it's the only road that will take you home. Be a hero for yourself and choose your words carefully, both externally and internally, because what you say to yourself is very important. Thank you, guys.